The following broadcast is not suitable for children under 3 years of age.
It's time for Clashing Heads.
Bomb, Iran. Okay.
You're the hostess with the
fine.
leastest. Blame Lefty Al for the
Yeah,
screw up
well,
again.
blame me for everything. Blame
Checks in the mail.
Democrats.
Checks in the mail.
I suggested to moderator Mike that you maybe were standing too close to the Ayatollah.
Yeah, you got
Well, that's an explanation that's better than what we've had thus far from the administration.
Oh, stop.
Oh, yes, we'll get into that.
Oh, we need to get into
Here we
this.
go, everyone.
All of us sound okay?
Some of us sound better than others, but that's another story. This is welcome to Clashing Heads, everybody. All the news, all the opinion, and all the regime change you could possibly survive in one lifetime or one episode of Clashing Heads. And well, I was going to say, speaking of regime change, because Lefty Al was not present for the last recording of Clashing Heads, at least the last 5 or 10 minutes. Correct, everyone?
Yes, it was a quite peaceful and lovely 10 minutes.
Lovely 10
At least from Righty Jim's opinion, that is.
I
Moderator
see.
Mike, what was
Back
your
at it.
opinion of that?
We're back.
We-
Everybody's here and accounted for.
Including
and,
moderator Moderate Mike.
Thank
Yes.
you very much, Righty Jim and Lefty
You're
Al.
welcome.
It's good to be here with you. And remember,
Thank
if you're in Tehran and you get asked to go to a meeting of the council, you probably don't want to show up.
What is there?
Yes.
I wonder, is there a meeting of a council for Clashing Heads? I mean, if we happen to be away for, eternity.
Doubt that. I don't think we have enough. I don't think if every every listener put together would make a council have a
They
quorum.
could be a council. Did you guys ever see the Seinfeld episode where they had the bizarro world of Seinfeld? Where,
Yes.
yeah. And I just wonder, is there a bizarro world of us somewhere out there?
Oh, there definitely is. Every
Well,
week on
maybe we
YouTube.
are the bizarro world.
With a bizarro world of ourselves.
And don't forget, please subscribe and check us out, Clashing_Heads on YouTube every single week.
And Righty
When are we
Jim
on
can be
Instagram?
heard. Wait,
And we're on Spotify. And what else are we
We're
on?
Instagram?
You name it. We're on Instagram. Our shorts are on Instagram.
TikTok.
TikTok, Mastodon, X,
Rumble?
Blue Sky. We're all on all these great program platforms. However, also Spotify has the audio that
And you've uploaded all the current episodes, Lefty Al, to Spotify?
Modern Mike is. Did you feed him that question?
No, I didn't.
He did not feed me that question. Some of us check up on you, Lefty Al.
He keeps getting the Groundhog Day
Oh,
episode over and over again.
Beginning to think of Bill Murray here.
I'm happy that I'm a left-wing Democrat, that I can go on strike.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't know slaves could go on strike.
Oh, don't go there. Don't
Well,
go
as we
there.
welcome in the month of March,
Yes,
we
we do.
It comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb, but I think it's coming in like a lamb, as they say. It's beautiful.
Well, not if you're in Iran, you aren't.
It's coming in like epic fury and going out like regime change, I hope.
Yes.
Well, all right. Why don't we get into that, Righty Jim? Because we have our topics. I mean,
Yes.
I'm thinking of themes, and by the way, so we can all as clashers on Clashing Heads, we can vote on bomb Iran.
I think that's a winner, but go ahead if you've got something
Okay.
else.
Well, I have Ding Dong, the witch is dead, and beware of her brother, because he's
Or her
far
son.
worse. Or
Now, bomb Iran.
how about Wag the Dog? Or is that good? Waggy
No,
the
bomb Iran.
bomb.
That was the first thing I thought of anyway.
But the three of them all work as far
They
as
all
Lefty
work.
Al
They
is
all
But
work.
bomb Iran just is perfect because it's classic and it's timeless, and they just. I'm sure it's something that Trump would agree with, so therefore it's appropriate.
Well, appropriate. We can each take, Righty Jim, you might want to take bomb Iran and give us all the highlights. Then we'll hear the Lefty Al and Moderate Mike viewpoints, because I say this is more a wag the dog So
Okay, well,
yeah.
I'm not applying liberal logic, so I don't really know. I'm just applying real logic to it. So,
all right, tell us
what
about
so
this
what are
war.
you doing? In case you have been under Iraq, and if you've been under
Not
Iran,
Iraq.
oh, Iran, not
It's
Iraq. Oh, I'm
another
sorry.
where that was
Thank
another
you.
war ago.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But then there was one before that where Iran and Iraq had a war with each other.
It
And we
wasn't
hated
Iran, a song by Flocking Seagulls.
Yes, evidently they've been
Iran.
bombed also, from what I've heard.
Iran.
What,
Yeah.
wasn't that
Everybody-
Modern Mike is our resident expert on
you are correct. Yes.
Iran.
but we really can't.
I think there was a space in there which was very critical to the definition.
That was a one-hit wonder from that group, wasn't it?
Basically, from a flock of seagulls.
Did
Yeah.
they?
Did they have a second minor hit, moderator Mike?
They did, and I can't offhand.
Yeah, I
remember the name
just
of it.
remember them showing up on the charts again, but yeah, they disappeared
Yeah.
pretty quickly. Though I'm sure they probably go around and play to, play their version of blues or rock, but whatever.
So let's go over some facts on this thing.
Oh,
because
brother, facts.
we had a State of the Union address where Donald Trump did not sell this war to. Which, by the way, we need to get some clarity here. Is this a war? Or is this not a war?
Not yet. Just like Venezuela wasn't a war, even though you tried to desperately claim that it was.
I see. So here's the deal.
Remember that, Lefty? Remember you kept babbling war in Venezuela? How'd that turn out for you?
So I kind of think this one actually.
You won't answer that, Willie.
We got 1,000 Iranian casualties from the initial wave. We've got 6 Americans who, I don't want to say thus far, but it seems like thus far, have been killed in attacks. We've got
none of those in Iran.
54% of Americans disapprove of this non-war. We've got Donald Trump calling it a war, and Senator Mullen calling it a war, and then saying, wait a minute, it's not a war. But Trump still calls it a war. We have costing American taxpayers $1 billion a day. That's more in one day than Elon Musk saved in his Doge chainsaw. Congress has not voted on a formal authorization for war because why, Modern Mike? Why are they not calling this a war?
Why are they not calling this a war?
Yeah,
because it isn't.
Well, no, but Iran now is starting a war with all its former allied neighbors.
They're really pissing everybody off in that area.
Righty Jim, I have a question for you. If the same thing happened to us, like Iran started, having an attack on Washington, D.C. and blowing out our Navy and all of that, would we call it a war?
Well, if that happened to us, we'd be in pretty sad shape, and we'd be impeaching a president instantly for allowing that to happen and throwing out a.
And that's why we're throwing the first missiles, so that we can avoid having them obtain nuclear missiles.
And they don't have nuclear powered submarines that can blow our shipping up like we do.
What do you call it, Righty Jim, if you don't call it a war when the American people and Trump call it
a war? Liberation of the people of Iran, led by Israel
is that
and
the
America.
reason for it? Because I see. So because
and by the way, we even have support for this from Canada. The guys that despise Trump, but they're willing to come out and say they're giving the U.S. firm backing to support the U.S. to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon.
But there's a whole montage of things that are going on. We're getting rid of the missiles. We're getting rid of any more nuclear evidence that could be made into bombs.
We got rid of their. Sorry, go ahead.
We got rid of their navy. We got rid of the Ayatollah and his fiends.
And his oppressive regime.
Yes, exactly. And as a result of all that, now hopefully the Iranians will rise up and take their country back and become, a democratic Iran.
Oh yeah,
something better than they were last week.
Sure, that happened so well in Iraq, right?
Different country,
really. So
Iran has an economy, Iraq doesn't.
You're telling me, first of all,
I'm not telling you anything, Lefty Al.
Oh, you're trying to explain something that nobody.
I'm trying to educate you, which we know how difficult that is.
You may have to educate 54% of America because they disapprove of this and don't understand.
So does the media. What's your point?
My point is, try it. what was the reason for this again? Because I'm still curious. You guys are all over the map on this one. You talk about regime change, that people will revolt. I'm curious how we get people to revolt who Trump says, well, you know what? The ones we wanted in power are dead now. Okay. He keeps on.
And then we had some other people, and the Israelis blew them up too. So I don't know what we're going to do.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. I would like to know what the imminent threat was to this country. It seems like there wasn't any imminent threat.
Well,
it seems
there's been 47 years of imminent threat. Killing Americans all over the world, including 283 Marines in the barracks bombing in Lebanon in 1983. In addition to the roadside bomb,
then why not just declare war? Yes. Why are you just playing a game with semantics and not call it for what it is? Aren't the American people entitled to say
Lefty
how their $1 billion a day is going? Isn't that what Congress is for?
Lefty, Congress has the power of the purse, which is why the president is responsible to go to the Congress within 60 days of the outbreak of hostilities.
Tell me if there was
in the world.
If
so in 57 days, Lefty, you've got a case to make.
Why did the Pentagon tell Congress there was no specific imminent threat to the United States?
I'm not really sure why they told them that.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm not an insider.
Maybe the president should.
You know what? Pete doesn't text me on that Signal chat like he did before. That whole problem occurred about a year ago.
So I want to bring something up, Modern Mike. You're going to love what I'm going to bring up to Righty Jim. Let's see how he squirms out of this one.
Okay.
So what is Righty?
Foreshadowing music plays in the background.
Yes. What's Righty Jim's favorite mantra to the lefty owls of the world? What does he usually say?
Feelings over facts?
Yeah. What do you know? Bingo. Where's your bingo? Modern Mike, you've got a buzzer. Do you have a little bell?
I don't have my bell.
You say
with
bingo
me.
like the guy did in what's the movie with Brad Pitt?
Which one?
The World War II movie where he plays the Nazi killer.
Oh, yeah.
You sound like that. Bingo! Is that how you say?
No, was that Intrepid Bastards or was something?
Inglorious Bastards.
Inglorious Bastards.
Inglorious
exactly.
Bastards.
Sorry.
Okay.
You just remind me of the guy. He goes, "Is that how you Americans say bingo?"
So, Righty Jim, I'm going to remind you. We'll put a special mark on this episode because I'm going to remind you of it in the future. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt.
Wonderful press secretary, by the way. Great woman.
Great. Oh, wonderful, right?
Yes.
She defended the strike by saying the president acted on, are you ready, everyone?
Yes.
A feeling based on fact.
There you go.
So what's the difference, Righty Jim?
Because a feeling based on feelings.
Really?
A feeling would mean you have a gun in your stomach that have no facts to back it up.
Oh, God. I love how you just
like you guys do. You just feel that anything that Donald Trump does is wrong, so therefore it must be wrong.
She's saying that it's Trump's feelings, and she won't tell us what the facts are because nobody knows what the facts are.
But didn't President Trump say that this whatever you want to call this war was done now for the future because eventually they were going to get in Iran nuclear weapons.
So I guess he doesn't care. Well, hold on.
It was preemptive. It was all preemptive.
Mike,
preemptive strike.
Come on.
Based upon the facts.
You guys are playing a fact game and straw man argument.
Well, now hang on, moderator. Mike is a moderate. He's not.
I'm not taking either side.
Yes.
But moderate Mike.
I don't want to get hit with a nuclear bomb.
Well,
from
just
Iran.
because Lefty out, just because he disagrees with you most of the time because you're wrong doesn't mean he's a MAGA
I'm not wrong about this. I'm not.
You're usually wrong.
That the president of the United States, who is a contradiction or lie unto himself.
Oh, brother, here we go. Here come the ad hominem attacks.
Well, it's
and
not
why did he do an hominem attack?
TDS alert.
TDS alert. TDS alert. Thank you.
TDS. Okay, I get it. I like the sound of that. All right. Now,
sound like a diseased whooping crane. Go ahead.
Now, why are you against this so Lefty?
I'm about to say.
He's not against anything President Trump does.
You guys have
moderator Mike. If Trump cured cancer, the left and Lefty Al would be against it. You just know that.
Oh, Well,
they'd be defending cancer.
Well, no, I want to support Trump because he said he took out the nukes just several months ago. So if he took out the nukes, why is he saying they're still there?
Because there was 400 grams or something, 450 grams, whatever they were talking about last night on the news, still left over that they've hid underground.
Well, then they must have found it now because, they're taking out a whole country and they must have found it. And now we don't have to worry about it and can go home.
Yeah, I'm not worried anymore. I can sleep better at night.
I didn't have a problem before or after. Right. So
do you
only
guys,
Lefty Al's had a problem.
You don't. I have a problem with. Look,
you have a problem that anything Trump does is successful.
No, I don't have a problem with that all the time. I have a problem with that.
Okay, hang on. To be fair, I spoke with Lefty Al within 24 hours of the attack, and he was actually relatively supportive of President Trump and his actions.
Oh.
I asked him if he'd fallen on his head, and he claimed to say no. But I know that 48 hours later now he's gone in the opposite direction. So therefore I might have been right. Because he thought it through and goes, wait a minute, I can't support Trump. That's ridiculous.
Well, that's partially true.
Yeah, thank you. Of course. Yes, because you're TDS.
Because my TDS and the TDS that Americans have.
No, TDS that the left and the media has.
If Trump wasn't such a liar and it could get his story straight and sell this to the American people properly, I might actually say, you know what? This all comes together and it makes sense. But the guy changes everything he says. Every day it's a different story.
And remember, we were only the Israelis' wingman in this. Really, this was an Israeli-led operation.
Well,
we're just supporting our allies in the Middle East. Or ally in the Middle East.
Well, our ally in the Middle East. Now, if Trump was actually, I'm not giving him this credit, but he's not explaining his strategy. If his strategy is
you don't tell your strategy when you're doing kinetic attack.
Well, come on. We're
going to go hit these bases tomorrow and these bases a day from now, and then we're going to go hunt down so-and-so the day after
let's give him the benefit of the doubt, Righty Jim and Moderate Mike. What could possibly be his strategy here? Okay. What is his strategy?
The strategy is what we've already seen, and it's regime change and getting the Iranians to rise up and find their own new leader.
Military experts have said, and they've said it about this, that it is nearly impossible for a country like Iran to have regime change without boots on the ground.
There are probably people on the ground that we just don't talk about.
In an interview with the New York Post, our president did not rule that out. Now, is that a problem? Is he taking us into one of these?
Well, he said he's not taking anything off the table, including boots on the ground.
Right. Yes. So how do you accomplish?
The left out, that means there are boots on the ground. So
how do we?
No, I'm sure there are people.
I think CIA, Righty Jim.
Yes,
CIA is working.
That's what I was implying before. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they are there to basically get the proper people lined up if we just stop bombing them.
Yeah, because he kept saying, put your arms down and you'll have immunity. Well, put your arms down and give them to who?
That's a problem with, especially with the IRGC.
Yeah.
And the thing is, are they going to really want to put their arms down, knowing they're all going to be tried for basically, for killing all of the people in the uprising? Yeah. So that's going to be a problem as to what's going to be done with the IRGC people. That's something hopefully somebody has a plan for, because that's going to be a problem that you don't normally have, and you're going to have a problem trying to reintegrate some of them into any sort of a reasonable military corps and or national police force going forward to protect whoever the new leaders are then after they hold elections.
Well, how long are we going to be there before Congress gets involved? By the way,
we're not there right now. We're just flying over.
We are going to have to move into the next
purely
segment.
Flyover country.
But just two basic questions, but let's just do it in 30 seconds.
You ask a lot of questions tonight, Lefty Al.
This did not happen without Trump giving up on his, apparently gas prices are going to go down. You can't blame this on Gavin. Gas prices are up at least 50 cents a gallon now, and they will continue to go up.
They're not up 50 cents a gallon. Lefty Al, I've been driving a lot in the last 5 days. They are up 13 cents.
Well, 13 cents.
And you know what? If you go buy gas across the border in Arizona from California, it's like $2 a gallon cheaper.
Right. Yeah.
Explain that, Lefty Al. That is something Gavin is responsible for.
I think a lot of people. Do you notice there are a lot of EVs in Arizona, Righty Jim?
No, there isn't.
There are, well, because
I didn't see very many.
No, really?
No,
but you see more in California, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, quickly.
Because gas is twice as much as it is in Arizona.
How about wag the dog? Is this Trump's way of getting out of the Epstein files?
No, because this had to be planned.
Or plummeting polls?
No, Lefty out for two reasons. One, we didn't start this. The Israelis did. We're just working with them. Two,
really?
An operation like this had to be planned at least 60 days, if not 90 days out. They've been identifying, I think, 5,200 targets to hit. Okay? This took time to plan. Plus, you're doing it on a joint services basis.
So why wasn't Congress
the Army
consulted?
or with the Navy, with the Air Force, also with the Navy, with the subforce, also integrating with the Israelis' Air Force?
Why didn't Lefty L? Why didn't Obama?
Why didn't Biden
Congress
do this?
Is okay. Why didn't Biden get okayed? Obama.
Well, they were too busy giving $50 billion.
Yeah. Well. You had the Libya attack that Obama did, and
we've had a few of these that are questionable, including that one.
Well, including Vietnam too, which was
absolutely
war.
Vietnam, and supposedly Trump came in saying he would not be a war president. He's turning into being the biggest war president.
Oh, that's not true.
Oh, come on! He even renamed. He's a
bigger war president than FDR.
He's
a bigger war president.
It depends on how many countries you say he's took us out of war or put us in war.
Well, he's taken us out of more countries than he's gotten us into
certainly Venezuela looked like an active war. Certainly this looks.
You want
like
to believe that, but it actually wasn't.
It does look like
it was a police operation.
All right, and not a wag the dog, Righty Jim. Not a way to get out of economic criticism. Let's get and poll numbers. Why don't we look at the other topic, because this segues right into it.
The midterms
and what happened in a few states last night.
Yeah, Lefty L, how are you happy? How happy are you with the outcome in Texas?
You were hoping for Jasmine Crockett?
No, not at all. Righty Jim is putting votes in my mouth. I was not happy about.
Here, have a glass of water.
I was absolutely
heaven forbid a black woman be running in for Senate in Texas, Lefty out. Wow. That's quite a negative statement.
No. What are you talking about? Why do you go there, Righty Jim? I'm rather pleased by the results.
I'm just pretending I'm a Democrat and playing the race card.
The Democrats are a lot smarter than Republicans in this one. They're lining up on our Senate candidate now, who you didn't think would win, right?
I was simply going by the polls, and the polling on this one was atrocious. And there is a news story there in how badly the polling was on this race. I mean, the last poll I saw, which was last weekend, was Jasmine Crockett up 12 points on Tallarico, and she lost by what, 5, 6?
Well, maybe the Democrats have learned what Republicans have learned. That is, lie to the pollsters.
Well, the Republicans don't do it to basically screw up the results. They do it because your side makes it seem like there is some sort of wrongness if you're supporting Donald Trump because he's such an evil, scary, orange Nazi man. So,
Righty Jim.
Lefty Al.
Was that your conclusion, or?
No, that's the conclusion of anybody who has common sense.
Look, Tellerico.
But sorry, let's get back to Texas.
You guys are. I think Tallarico is going to be the next senator from Texas.
Well, of course you do. What else would you say?
No, I think this guy has a lot of class and is probably the biggest fear Republicans
What's he accomplished?
Have right now. He's accomplished going on the Joe Rogan show, and I think Rogan likes this guy. And
all that means is he's more accomplished than Kamala Harris. So I'm not impressed so far.
I think what he's accomplished. Is he an 8-term?
Did you notice that the minute that she was up by about 12 points or so, Righty Jim, until Kamala Harris endorsed her, and then she dropped by half. She dropped like a rock. So
I think this guy shows. This guy is. It came from. It's something Republicans
came from. What?
He came from a religious background. He's been a congressman for I don't know how many 8 terms. He's been in
I have
Congress.
no idea. I really don't know much about him. I'll obviously be looking into him. I know more about Crockett because she's the one that is
You're
out
going
there.
to be hard pressed to come up with anything.
So, Lefty Al, who do you think is going to win the GOP runoff in Texas?
And the runoff is scheduled for May, correct?
May 26th, if I'm not mistaken. So they got 60 days.
Well,
and probably I'm going to say $50 million. Moderator Mike.
I'm going to guess. So. By the way, we've got about 3 minutes, but I'll give you my
wow, this show's going by quick.
Yeah, I'll tell you what my my hunch is.
Okay,
Trump is
your feelings over facts will be.
No, this is what I'm an inference, Righty Jim. Have you heard of that? It's actually logical to have inferences, and my inference is that Trump is going to endorse not endorse Paxton. He's going to endorse Senator
Cornyn.
Yeah.
John Cornyn.
I think so too.
Yeah, because the way this really works out for the Republicans is that for lack of a better phrase, they can't afford Paxton to win the runoff because they're going to have to sink another $100 to $200 million into this race, and the Republicans have more races. They're running more of their sitting senators are running this time than are the Democrats. It flip-flops every race pretty much. Next time in 30 or in 28, there'll be more Democrats running, but this time there's more Republicans that are up for re-election, and there's only a finite amount of money that the Senate GOP PAC has to basically throw out these races, and to sink $100 million extra on Texas that they don't have to can go to a lot of other races that they can hold.
There's
one of
open
those being
seats.
North Carolina.
Tillis is not running, and Alaska looks like the Dems have a very good chance there.
But North Carolina is relevant because that was last night, and you've got a popular former governor, Roy Moore, going up against a relatively newcomer, Michael Whatley, not the guy from the Irish or from the from the Irish Dancing. That's Michael Flatley, as I got confused with before.
So, it looks like a strong year for Democrats, including the possibility of taking the Senate.
I wouldn't say a strong year. I would say that there's more opportunities.
It's in the House.
Right now it looks like a net zero.
Should we be saying goodbye here?
Right now, not yet. We can give another prediction. What do you think, Moderate Mike?
I don't have a prediction on this one. No, I don't.
Anything on Texas, Moderator Mike?
It's going to be a tough call.
Cornyn or Paxton?
Cornyn. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Paxton's going to win.
So, and then remember, this was the first week of primaries for the midterm. They will continue through the end of August.
Right.
So, we'll be going back and forth on this every week. And if you want to hear more on it from myself without the blathering of Lefty Al, you can go to the Chad Benson show where we are doing midterm.
Why is it, Righty Jim, that we've invited the Chad Benson crowd onto Clashing Heads, but we haven't been invited to the Chad Benson show?
Well, I have. Did your invitation get lost in the mail? Did it get lost in the email? Is it one of those emails that you never claim to have ever seen?
Yes. Everyone, we want to wish everybody a good week ahead. Right?
Keep your head down and your helmets on, and we'll talk to you next week.
And best wishes to all the American forces putting their lives on the line for Operation Epic Fury.
Absolutely. God bless America. We can
agree on that. And all right, and don't forget that we have a Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Thank you, Righty Al.
Thank you, everybody.
Righty Jim, Lefty Al. This is Moderate Mike.